Hello students, welcome to Physical Science Digital Classes Mehbubabad. Myself Narendra Babu Kotla, PGT Chemistry, TSMS Mehbubabad. Reflection of light at curved surfaces, Class 10, Part 6. So today in this session we are going to discuss about rules for obtaining images formed by convex mirror, formation of images by convex mirror, uses of convex mirror. First, rules for obtaining images formed by convex mirror. In order to construct ray diagrams to find out the position, nature and size of the images formed by a convex mirror, and we should remember the paths of the following rays of light. We can call them the rules for obtaining images in convex mirror. The image is formed at that point where at least two reflected rays intersect or appear to intersect. Now we will discuss the rules. Rule 1. A ray of light which is parallel to the principal axis of a convex mirror appear to be coming from its focus after reflection from the mirror. Again, a ray of light which is parallel to the principal axis of a concave mirror appear to be coming from its focus after reflection from the mirror. So let us take the convex mirror here. When a ray of light which is parallel to the principal axis incidents on the convex mirror, it reflects at that point, but this reflected ray appears to be passing from the coming from the focus. This is the rule 1. Rule 2. A ray of light going towards the center of curvature of a convex mirror is reflected back along the same path. Again, a ray of light going towards the center of curvature of a convex mirror is reflected back along the same path. Let us take the convex mirror. So now a ray of light just going towards the center of the curvature. It will not go up to the center of curvature, but it seems to going towards the center of curvature. A ray of light going towards the center of curvature of a convex mirror is reflected back along the same path. So in which direction? So the light has come in the same path. So light ray will be reflected. This is rule 2. Again, so a ray of light going towards the center of the curvature of a convex mirror is reflected back along the same path. So as per our previous discussion, here I put two arrows and these two arrows are opposite to each other. So left to right side arrow, this direction indicates the incident light ray, and right to left arrow that indicates the reflected light ray. So this arrow is going towards the sea and this arrow coming from the sea. It seems like this. Okay, this is rule number 2. So rule 3. A ray of light going towards the focus of a convex mirror becomes parallel to the principal axis after reflection. A ray of light going towards the focus of a convex mirror becomes parallel to the principal axis after reflection. This rule is completely opposite to the rule number 1. It is reverse to the rule number 1. So let us take the convex mirror again here. So if you observe, a ray of light seems to be going towards the focus. If you observe this ray of light seems to be, so it is incidenting at this point, but this ray of light is just seems to be going towards the focus. In such condition, so the reflection takes place at this point and the reflected ray, so the reflected ray that goes parallel to the principal axis. Again, I would like to show this. A ray of light going towards the focus of a convex mirror becomes parallel to the principal axis. That becomes parallel to the principal axis after reflection. Rule number 4. A ray of light which is incident at the pole of a convex mirror is reflected back, making with the same angle with the principal axis. a ray of light which is incident at the pole of a convex mirror is reflected back, making with the same angle with the principal axis. Let us take the convex mirror. So in this convex mirror, a ray of light which is incidenting at the pole of a convex mirror. Ray of light is incidenting at the pole of a convex mirror. So now this is the incident light ray. This incident light ray makes an angle with the principal axis. This incident light ray makes an angle with the principal axis, that is I. I is the angle of incidence. So now, when it incidents at pole, it reflects with the same angle. So that means it reflects, with the same angle, in the sense this reflected light ray makes the same angle as incident light ray. That's why the incident angle and the reflected angle both are equal, both are same. So with how much angle it incidents, so with the same angle it reflects at a pole of the convex mirror. This is rule number 4. And coming to the next one, formation of images by a convex mirror. Number 1, object is placed anywhere between pole P and infinity. Let us take the convex mirror here. We have an object AB. Now we have an object AB placed in front of the convex mirror anywhere between the pole to the infinity. So anywhere between the pole to the infinity. Now a ray of light parallel to the principal axis of a convex mirror strikes the mirror at a point. Now according to the first rule of image formation, this parallel ray of light should appear to be coming from focus F after reflection. So this ray appears to be coming from the focus. Now the second ray is just seems to be passing through the center of the curvature. Second ray is also incidents at the convex mirror, but this ray seems to be coming from the center of the curvature. That's why this ray, after incidenting, it reflects with the same path, reflects in the same path. So now in this case, these two extended rays appear to intersect. They are not actually intersecting here. These two extended rays appear to intersect at this point. So now from this point, if you draw a line, then we can consider it as image of the object AB. So A prime B prime is the image of object AB. In this case, the image is formed here because of the light rays appear to intersect here. These light rays appear to intersect. That's why such type of the image is called as virtual image. At the same time, the image is formed between the P and F behind the mirror. The image is formed between P and F behind the mirror. At the same time, this image is upward direction as like object. That's why the image is erect image. Okay, so then coming to the image formed is, what type of the image formed? Behind the mirror between P and F. The image which is formed here is behind the mirror between P and F. And the image is virtual and erect image. The image is virtual and erect. Why it is virtual? In the sense, the reflected rays appear to be intersect here. They are not actually intersecting, appear to be intersect. So that's why this is virtual image. This image we can directly see. So in the mirror, we cannot get it on the screen. That's why it is the virtual, and it is as like as a object. That's why erect. This image is upward direction as like object. That's why it is erect image. And coming to the diminished, smaller than the object, the image is diminished, small in size compared to the object. Coming to the second one, object placed at infinity. Let us take the convex mirror. When the object is at a far off distance, we say that the object is at infinity. So we have a convex mirror here. We have a convex mirror here. Suppose an object has been placed at infinity, means very far away from the distance, in front of the convex mirror. Suppose an object has been placed at infinity in front of the convex mirror. Here in this case, the object is very far off. That's why we cannot able to shown in the diagram, because the object AB is very far off. The two rays are coming from its top point. Now first ray that comes so parallel to the principal axis. So when the ray is parallel to the principal axis, it reflects coming from the focus. Okay, so the second ray, so that incidents at the point P, pole, it reflects with the same angle. So as incident angle how much, and reflected angle is also same. But if you extend this ray to the back, it appear to intersect with the first ray. So if you extend this to the downwards, then we will get the an image, that is A prime B prime image. We will get the A prime B prime image. Okay, and this image that forms at the F focus, the image that forms at the focus. Okay, right. And coming to here, so the image formed is behind the mirror at focus at F, the image will be formed. So this image is virtual and erect. Why? Because this image is formed because of these two rays are appear to intersect, not directly intersected. These two rays are appear to intersect. That's why this image is virtual. We can directly see, directly able to see it in the mirror, but we cannot get it on the screen. And erect, why? Because this image is upward direction. That's why it is erect image. At the same time, the image is highly diminished. That means smaller than the object. Object is at infinity distance, that is very larger in size, but the image which we are getting here, that image is very diminished image, very smaller in size. So some information again: position of the object and position of the image, size of the image, nature of the image. So first, anywhere between that means if you place the object anywhere between the P and infinity, then the position of the image is behind the mirror between P and F. Size of image is diminished. Nature of image is virtual and erect. Second one, if you place the object at infinity, the position of image is behind the mirror at focus. The size of the image is highly diminished. Nature of the image is virtual and erect. Convex mirrors are used as rear view mirrors in vehicles like cars, trucks, buses, bikes, etc. To see the traffic at the rear side in the sense back side, convex mirrors are used as rear view mirrors in vehicles to see the traffic at the rear side. So for example, if you observe the buses, trucks or cars, rear view mirrors will be present, and with the help of these rear view mirrors we can able to see the back side or back view, and which vehicle is coming and which vehicle is near to us or not, and we can able to see. So with these mirrors, a driver always prefer to use a convex mirror as a rear view mirror because of two reasons. Number one, a convex mirror always produces an erect image of the object. A convex mirror always that produces an erect image, that means right side up image of the object. And the second reason is the image formed in a convex mirror is highly diminished or much smaller than the object, due to which a convex mirror gives a wide field of view of the traffic behind. That means the image formed by a convex mirror is highly diminished in the sense, if the object is larger in size, for example, if you take the truck which is coming back to us, and the truck is larger in size, but if you observe that truck, we can able to see the image of that truck in our rear view mirror very small in size. So that's why much smaller than the object, and due to which a convex mirror gives a wide field of view. So that's why we can able to see the wide field of the view of the traffic behind, which is behind to us. A convex mirror enables a driver to view much larger area of the traffic behind him than would be possible with the plane mirror. If you compare convex mirror with the plane mirror, convex mirror enables the driver to view larger area of the traffic behind him. But plane mirror, so it can by using plane mirror we cannot able to see the larger view or larger area of the traffic behind it. So why? Because a plane mirror gives a narrow field of view. It gives a narrow field of view. Due to this, if a plane mirror is used as a rear view mirror in vehicles, so it will give the drivers a much smaller view of the road and traffic behind. If you use the plane mirror instead of the convex mirror, so it gives a possibility, it enables us to see only a smaller view of the road which is behind us or traffic behind us. Rear view mirrors are also known as driving mirrors or side view mirrors or wing mirrors. Rear view mirrors are also known as driving mirrors or side view mirrors or wing mirrors. Note, we cannot use a concave mirror as a rear view mirror in motor vehicles. Instead of the convex mirror, we cannot able to use the plane mirror. Just now we discussed. But instead of that, so convex mirror, we cannot use the concave mirror. Why? What is the reason behind it? Why? Because so concave mirror produces inverted, means upside down images. It produces inverted image of distant objects. So it produces the distant inverted images of the distant objects. Second use, big convex mirrors are used as shop security mirrors. Big convex mirrors are used as shop security mirrors. By installing a big convex mirror at a strategic point in the shop owner can keep an eye on the customers to look for thieves and shoplifters among them. And important one, how to distinguish between a plane mirror, a concave mirror and a convex mirror. We can distinguish these mirrors just by looking into them. That is, by bringing our face close to each mirror turn by turn. All of them will produce an image of our face, but different types. If you bring our face near to these mirrors and if you look into these mirrors turn by turn, each mirror produce images, but images are different. What are those images? We will see. A plane mirror will produce an image of the same size. A mirror which produces the same size image, then that is plane mirror. A concave mirror will produce a magnified image. If you bring your face near to the mirror, if you observe the large size image, magnified image, then that is the concave mirror. So a convex mirror will produce a diminished image. If you bring the face near to the mirror, if you get the diminished image, then that is the convex mirror. Like this we can distinguish the mirrors. Thank you. Thank you for watching this video.